So this is Friday morning, May 2017 here in Reykjavik, Iceland. This is a lonely American Muslim, which I would call myself a Fasik. It's about 6 something in the morning here. The reason why I call myself Fasik, even though I no longer indulge in pornography or looking at it, pornography, reading it, thinking about it. Why I call myself Fasik, and I've been away from that for years, especially since my expulsion from Singapore in 2009, which, if you don't like me as a black Negro, as a person, like I saw two Sudanese walking past me, they gave me such dirty looks here in Reykjavik when I was sitting in the bookstore near the Langelsveg or whatever, the main street where people get drunk and party and all that. I stay in the bookstore until late, till I can come back here after 9, so that the young man can have space in this room. The young Coptic man from Russia, so he can have space in this room and peace of mind, so I won't be here stinking up the room. So that being said, they gave me such dirty looks, these Sudanese, and it happened before when I got these dirty looks from Sudanese in Singapore, and then they were laughing at me before I was seized by the elite units of the Singapore military, equivalent to the Vikings of that, or whatever, the elite gray uniformed police, counter-military, counter-ops, tactical specialist unit. And I had no idea why. No idea whatsoever. No idea. None. Zero. Zip. You see this like a donut? Zero. No idea. So I believe myself to be the victim, as most blacks do. There are whites, people of European ancestry in America. They're tired of the black Negroes crying victim in America. So chiefly what you see now, fluid and movement and gaiety, Gaiety, and spirit of gaiety moving around, is the Afro-ethnic woman who opens her legs and accepts that she no longer needs to be black. She frees herself from the shackles of being black, and she gives herself to the man, the dominant ruling Euro-ethnic man, wholeheartedly. And he pains her. If he's British, he bangs her hard. And she has to take it any way that it comes, but he provides her a comfortable material life. Whereas the Afro-ethnic man is always lodged up against a financial corner. He can't provide. Even in Somalia, even if I were to come from the macro to the micro and scope and go just into the regional provincial Somalia, Muslim men, Somalis, are having problems. They're producing offspring. Access to marriage was not that hard for them in a lot of Africa, but they can't provide well for the women. The Afro-ethnic man, from the Somali and Ethiopian over to the Bantu ethnic groups, which I am linked with, the Bantu ethnic groups, going throughout West Africa, Southern Africa, Sub-Saharan, Central, they have problems providing for the women. They can't provide very well for the women, the Afro-ethnic women. So a lot of Afro-ethnic women are fed up. Whereas the Euro-ethnic women, physiologically, unless you get access to the full gamut and range of African women, which is very difficult to do, especially when you are isolated, when you are kept financially and economically isolated, as well as travel isolated. You don't have, because there are some magnificent Afro-ethnic women that can give European women competition any day. Bismillah. Bismillah wa akhiru. Any day, man. The problem, this is my breakfast. A can of sardines. I think it comes from Poland. So the problem is the Euro-ethnic women, especially here. I found out when I studied the chromosome and genome distribution here in Iceland, that this beauty is coming from that the bulk of the women have somehow inherited or taken the Celtic, which is like Irish, Gaelic, Scottish genealogy, and the men mostly have it, are mostly distributed with the Norse, meaning the Nordic Germanic genealogy or genome structure. So that's why you have this beauty here. It's mostly Celtic. That's why you see most of the actors are Australian or English ancestry, or like Hugh Grant or Chris Hemsworth and so many others, Hugh Jackman, because they have undiluted Celtic ancestries, which is considered even by the Jewish community, even by the people of Semitic Jewish ancestry that rule the Hollywood or the greater global, not the global, but the Hollywood movie industry, because you got to think there is Bollywood of India, which is a giant. They're Bachalan or whatever, and then there is Nollywood, which is Nigeria. But even to the Jewish community, those Celtic, high Nordic or Celtic features are highly desirable to present and to ingrain images in our heart, because the people are so attractive looking. They don't have really pronounced cheekbones like you would see in Governor Schwarzenegger or Rutger Hauer or Dolph Lundgren. Those are the men that have the Germanic Norse gene. You'll see cheekbones, pronounced cheekbones in people with a Germanic line. But people with a Celtic line, their faces are very smooth. Like President Obama, being mixed with Irish, they have elongated faces, smooth, elongated faces. They like that in the movie industry. Yeah, they love that. Yeah, because people, it lullifies. It makes you like a lullaby. It placates you, man, when you look at their faces. Yeah, you feel calm, and it opens you up to be receptive to anything they say or anything they suggest. You will listen. Even director James Comey has that kind of face. You'll be receptive. My kind of face, it automatically repulses. You reject because it has so many jutting lines and angles. They don't like that. With my type of features, with noses and lips and things jutting out, those type of people don't like that. I know how they are. It's like as if I was a Kabbalah practicer, but the thing is, this knowledge is coming down from the light of Islam. This is the way I know this. So I try to stay out of spheres. The spheres of those people, the social spheres, not to ask them for too much, not to bother the Jewish community or Anglo-Celtic community, not to irritate them too much. I stay out of their space, man. I know how they are with how they feel with attractiveness and all of that kind of stuff. Like, they very strongly for Asia, they find Koreans very attractive and Japanese very attractive, because the Japanese are sex freaks, man. Yeah, and things like that, So that being said, this is my breakfast and my prison.